Do you want to know a trick to instantly make any wine, no matter what the price is, taste better? Well, one of my tricks is that I decant or I aerate a wine. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's perfect because I'm going to let you know more. Now, what is a decanter? A decanter is a vessel. It's any vessel that you could pour wine into. So while I have, of course, some really beautiful, amazingly gorgeous, fancy hand-blown glass decanters, and I have many, many decanters, you don't actually even need that. In fact, one of my best hacks for being able to decant a bottle of wine is you could just take another leftover empty bottle of wine, pour the bottle of wine into that, and then pour it right back into the same bottle of wine. And that's a little trick we call in the industry called double decanting, because you've decanted it once by pouring it into one bottle, another time by pouring it back into the original bottle, and now it's ready to serve and you don't even need to buy anything. Through that pouring action that you're doing back and forth, you're actually introducing the air that is going to help make that wine taste so, so yummy. Now, if you'd like to, there are all sorts of other vessels that you could use for your decanting. And if you want to go ahead and buy one of those, especially because it makes a really beautiful addition to any dinner table, I like to buy one that is going to have a really nice wide surface area. Because again, the whole reason we're decanting the wine is to introduce oxygen to the wine. So if you got one that's just shaped like a bottle of wine, like we did with the double decanting, you're not going to get a lot of surface area because your typical bottle of wine really only has this teeny tiny surface area up at the top. So it doesn't introduce that much oxygen while in this, and that's partially by design. All right, so for your average decanting needs, here's what you do. You take the bottle, it's very complex. Pour the wine into the decanter. I hope you guys can hear this really beautiful glug, glug, glug sound. This is one of my favorite things to do at the dinner table, because I just think part of eating and drinking and entertaining is a whole performance. And really, when you hear the sound, when you see the wine in the beautiful decanter, it just gets you really primed and ready to enjoy a delicious meal. And it gets people really excited. Basta! If you see my beautifully decanted bottle of wine, and I'm going to put a link to where you might be able to buy one of these decanters, because this is just the greatest decanter on earth. It's called a Swan's decanter. Then I love this because it's really easy and nice to hold, and it's so lovely and easy to pour into everyone's glass. So any wine will benefit from just doing that. You've done that and boom, you've instantly made your wine tastier. Now, to actually decant the wine is a longer process. You could sit and let the wine sit for up to an hour. There are some wines that'll even improve if you leave it out overnight and leave it for another day and just really let that aeration process go to work. Really, I say decant everything. Red wines, white wines, dessert wines, really just not probably champagne, because you will lose some of the bubbles in champagne. But I think no matter the price point, no matter the wine, unless it's a very old bottle of wine, in which case you want to get some guidance, decant it and you're going to see that that bottle is going to taste different. It's going to open up, it's going to be a little bit smoother, and you might find that this is the trick that you've been looking for to get the most out of every bottle of wine that you drink. So now you know why to decant, you know which wines to decant, and you know how to decant. What else do you want to know about decanters?